and it's all designed to bring about an emotional response. And it's about some of it is just emotional manipulation. Let me just preach for just a minute. We need to weed emotion out of the church, because none of this has anything to do with how I feel. I was having a conversation with a young lady tonight about this. My salvation stance has nothing to do with my feelings, my emotions, what I feel. And so what the church today is doing, the church today is trying to give everybody an encounter with God and an emotional experience with God. And so we've created these platforms, and we've created these theaters, and we've thrown up these LED screens, and we've installed these $1 million lighting systems, and it's all designed to bring about an emotional response. And it's about some of it is just emotional manipulation. I'm just going to say it. Not all of it, but some of it is. But what I'm saying tonight is, in regards to our faith, that when that our only experience with Jesus is during a worship set or a worship song or in church, then we become a slave to that emotion. My faith is not built upon emotions or how I feel. Jesus himself is presenting the evidence to the Pharisees, and he's presenting it to you tonight as well, and it has zero to do with what you feel. It has zero to do with what you feel. There's emotion. There's emotion that inspires truth, and then there's truth that inspires emotion. It's two different things, I'm all for being emotional, but I want to be emotional because of what the truth is. I don't want my emotions to tell me what truth is. I want the truth to bring about emotions in me. We see the church trying to bring out an emotional experience instead of just giving the truth of this is what God's word says. God's word says that I'm a sinner and a rebel against the living God. God's word says that God sent Jesus to die in my place. God's word says that Jesus did miracles. He performed supernatural acts. He presented himself before the Pharisees, that Jesus did all of these things, that Jesus healed, that Jesus raised the dead. And if you will put your faith and trust in him and make a decision. And so again, our faith is not a blind leap. Our faith is actually built upon the evidence that we read and then a decision that I make in my mind. I read this, I believe it's true, I'm making the decision to follow Jesus. And I'm making it not on an emotion, but I'm making it based upon biblical truth and biblical facts.